I've applied too much. Mission abort, mission abort. And I'm just going to try and buff this contour stick into my skin. My brush just fell apart. This product has literally just done the What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, we are going to be doing another makeup sort of testing video. And now this time I'm very excited because we are going to be testing out some makeup off of Amazon. Now, a couple of months back, I don't know if you guys remember, I tested out the Amazon's own brand of clothing, which is called Finda. And recently I've just found out that they have also come out with a whole range of cosmetics under the same brand. So naturally I thought, hey, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to see what this is about and whether it's worth the money or not. If you guys have never seen my face before, hi, I'm Roxy. Make sure you guys come and stick around, come and join the dinosaur family by subscribing down below. Also, make sure to follow me on my social media at Roxxsaurus. But if you guys want to see what I picked up from the Amazon's own makeup range, then let's get on into the video. So as you guys can see, my face is already sort of like done. I've done my foundation and concealer, so we're going to skip those steps and we're going to move straight onto contour and highlighting. So the first products we're going to be trying out today are the Finda contour and highlighter sticks. Now, this little set of two cost me £9.15, which I've got to say is actually pretty good. You get 6 grams of product in each one, so that's very much like drugstore prices, which is very good. So the bronzer is very, very interesting. It's kind of more like a shimmer stick. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's literally so shimmery and shiny. I can definitely see that there's like shimmering particles in it, which is definitely not going to look very natural on the skin. So I'm kind of a bit worried. However, I do realize this is more for bronzing rather than like contouring. So I guess it's not really supposed to look too natural. And then the highlighter stick looks very nice. It's literally like my perfect sort of champagne shade. I love this kind of color. It looks very shimmery, to be honest. Both of these look exactly the same, but just in different shades. They have the exact same amount of shimmer. Okay, so here we are, just about to go in with a contour stick. I'm kind of nervous for this, but let's just go straight in. Okay. Doesn't look bad on camera, to be honest, but I'm looking in the mirror and it's definitely looking very shimmery. I'm gonna do a little bit on the tip of my nose and also some on my temples as well. But I'm not gonna lie, this kind of looks like a highlighter more than a bronzer, so I'm kind of nervous. I mean, literally, that is a full-on highlighter. That is not even a bronzer. I'm now gonna take this little dome-like sort of buffer brush and I'm just going to try and buff this contour stick into my skin. My brush just fell apart. Well, this video is off to a good start. Okay, I'm blending it and it's looking kind of weird. I don't know. It's kind of just taken off everything that was on my skin. It literally didn't even let me blend it. Like, and it's gone. This product has literally just done the like, what the hell? It's literally just disappearing off of my face as I blend it. I mean, that side kind of looks a bit better. It's still kind of there, but as you can see, it just looks very shimmery. And I've just got to say, it's not very present. It's kind of there, but pretty much gone. I'm gonna try put a little bit on this side and maybe do a tiny bit less blending just so that it stays on my face. Okay, I feel like that works a little bit better when I blend slightly less. Well, that was a giant disappointment. I'm definitely not going to be using this ever again. Okay, I really hope the highlighter redeems itself because I'm waiting for something to happen and it's clearly not happening with that contour stick. Right, let's go in with the highlighter. It's not bad. Not really what I'm used to, but it's like a natural, I've been to the gym, kind of sweated a little bit, but still cute, kind of highlight, you know what I mean? I feel like the sort of audience that this whole range is directed at is probably like an older sort of audience, I think, because the clothing, from what I gathered from my haul, was definitely a lot more like grown up, I would say. It wasn't like your teenage sort of audience. So maybe that's what they're going for with the makeup as well. Maybe they're just kind of like, you know, appealing to a slightly older audience of women, maybe like 30 and up. So I guess that kind of would make sense why the products aren't very like in your face. They're still like there kind of, but very natural. Now the next two products I'm going to test out have also come in a pack of two. So we have a powder bronzer this time, and then we also have a blusher. So these two together have actually cost me $8.56, which again is not a bad price for two products like this. So I actually really wanted to test out a powder version of a bronzer as well, and as you can see, this is definitely my kind of vibe. It has got a tiny bit of shimmer to it, but it's definitely a lot more matte. So I'm just gonna take some of that and kind of just apply that over the top. I mean, that contour that we applied earlier is barely there, so I feel like it doesn't even matter that I'm applying this over the top. That's giving me something, you guys. That's giving me something. Now, this is something I can actually work with. It's actually showing up on my face, which is a good start. I'm gonna apply a bit on my temples as well. And yeah, this is definitely a nice warm toned sort of bronzer. It's gonna give you that sun-kissed look. So is this the most groundbreaking bronzer I've ever tried? Probably not. It's okay. It's not really like wowing. There's nothing wowing about it. But at the end of the day, it was nice and cheap. And also, I quite like the packaging too. I feel like it looks quite premium. And now moving on to the blusher, I got this one right here, which is like a really nice, true sort of baby pink. It's very girly. This is in the shade 02. So I'm just gonna dab that onto my cheekbone. Ooh, that is pigmented. Wow, Amazon has come through, you guys. Oh God, I look like a clown. I think I've applied too much. Mission abort, mission abort. Okay, I feel like that's a little bit better. Does it look good? I think it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't really look patchy or anything. It's a really nice formula. It applied really easily, and when I say easily, I probably mean a little bit too easily because I looked like a clown for a second there. I think so far my favorite product is the blusher. It applied the best, it was the most pigmented, and it's a really pretty color. So now we're gonna move on to the eyes. So for this, I picked up this eyeshadow palette, which is in the shade 02. It didn't even have a name or anything. So this palette right here cost me £8.44, which again is kind of like your drugstore prices, maybe a little bit more expensive actually. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and I kind of get like a Rimmel vibe from it. So I think the look I'm gonna go for with this palette is kind of more towards like the reds and the cranberries of this palette, just to kind of have a little play, because I feel like some of these shades here are a little bit bland. So the first shade I'm gonna take is the fourth one in, which is kind of like a taupey kind of transition shade. I'm gonna take that on a big fluffy brush like this and literally just blend that through the crease. Ooh, that's actually a really pretty color. It's kind of like a brown, but with like a pink undertone to it. It's actually quite pigmented. I did not expect that, you guys. Okay, so the next shade I'm gonna go for is this one right here, which is kind of like a burgundy slash red kind of shade. And I'm just gonna kind of tap that in the inner corner. This is actually a really pretty and pigmented color, and considering there's no fallout, that is actually really good. I feel like this would be the perfect autumnal sort of palette because it's got so many nice dark shades. I'm also gonna add that shade into the inner part of my eye as well, just because we're gonna leave the center sort of portion of the eye for a different shade. Do you know what? I'm actually obsessed with this shade. That is such a pretty color. I'm now just gonna do the exact same thing to the other eye. I mean, Amazon is doing bits, you guys. I would never think that this makeup would be so nice. I'm also gonna really smoke it out on my lower lash line just to kind of really blow it out and keep it quite dramatic. Okay, I think I'm done with that shade. I'm actually blimming obsessed. Look how pretty that shadow is. The next shade I'm gonna take is this copper shade right here. It's very shimmery, so I'm gonna just pop that onto the very center of my lid just to kind of tie the whole thing together and almost create like a little bit of a spotlight effect. Ooh, that's really pretty. It's not as shimmery as I thought it would be. It's not really doing that much. I mean, it's definitely there, it's definitely visible, but it's not like bam. Don't get me wrong though, it's still very pretty, but it's not really doing for me what I thought it would. Do you know what? I'm gonna try and apply it with my finger instead, see if we can get a little bit more pigmentation out of it like that. It's a little bit better, but still not quite there. Maybe if you wet it, it would be a little bit more shimmery and kind of like reflective, if you know what I mean. So now that my eyeshadow is finished, we can move on to eyeliner and mascara. Now these two actually did come in a set, which is quite handy. I think they do sell things in like singles, but I just ended up getting the set because I was gonna buy both of them anyways. These two together cost me £6.73, which is not bad for an eyeliner and and a mascara. So this is what the eyeliner looks like. It's a very, very fine tip. You guys know I absolutely love felt tip liners. They're just so easy to use. Literally, look at that. Just like that, I've achieved a wing. It's so easy. I'm just gonna fill that in now. I've gotta say, the liquid liner feels very nice. It's very opaque and it doesn't feel like it's drying out or anything as I apply it. So that is really, really good. So far, I've got no issues whatsoever applying this. It's just a little bit tricky to talk and apply at the same time. You guys probably know what I mean. I'm now just gonna repeat the same thing to the other eye. So that is the eyeliner finished. I'm actually really, really liking how it turned out. It was very easy to apply, so I've got no issues there. And now moving on to the mascara, it feels like it should be quite a thick one. Yes, I love a thick mascara. I feel like only thick mascaras like this actually do something for my lashes. And I'm just gonna apply a couple of coats of that mascara onto my lashes and see if it does anything. It feels like it's quite nice. It's separating my lashes very well, but it's not really giving them very much like volume, which is definitely what I thought I would get from like a thicker mascara wand like this. But again, it's kind of got like that natural flair to it. It's not really trying to look like, you know, you've got false lashes on. It's still making your lashes look like they're yours, but a little bit better, which I definitely understand that that's what some people tend to prefer. However, I do like to kind of have a bit more of a clumpy lash. I mean, I don't hate it. It looks pretty nice, actually. Looks good, I like it. Now lastly, to finish off the look, I've got my lips. So of course, I'm gonna be testing out a lip liner and also a lipstick. Again, both of these came in a set. I think they cost me like £5.50, which again is a massive bargain. So of course, I went for a nude lip liner and a nude lipstick to go with it. I've gotta say though, now that I've opened the lip liner, it looks very, very light. So I don't even know if this is gonna show up on my lips, but we're gonna give it a go. To be honest, it's not too far off from my natural lip color. It's a tiny bit lighter. Lip liner didn't really do much at all, but I'm hoping the lipstick will save the situation. This is what the lipstick looks like. It's a very nice and neutral sort of nude color. So let's just pop this on the lips and see how this looks. That's actually pretty nice. So that is the lipstick on. I actually quite like it. It's very moisturizing. It feels really nice and like nourishing on the lips, and it's very pretty in color. So this is the finished look using all Amazon's own brand of makeup. I actually really like how this turned out. I would never be able to tell that I used Amazon makeup. I feel like that's the case a lot of the time. A lot of the time you can't actually tell the difference between a drugstore and high-end makeup, which is why I always love drugstore. I always tend to go for drugstore. My final verdict of the whole range, I feel like a lot of the stuff is definitely more suited towards an older audience because, you know, the products just aren't as pigmented or as like punchy and out there as personally I would prefer. But still, they're very pretty, especially the eyeshadow palette. I actually really liked that one, and also the blusher was really pretty too. The eyeliner was great, but the mascara, I didn't really vibe with it as much as I would have loved to. The lipstick is very nice. It feels very moisturizing, but then the lip liner just wasn't really my thing. It was very, very light for my skin tone. But all in all, I feel like the makeup turned out pretty well, and I definitely had a lot of fun trying out these products. So let me know what you guys think of them. Would you ever purchase makeup off of Amazon? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more testing makeup videos like this, then let me know what brand I should try out next. That is all from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on my social media as well, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.